All right, folks, thanks so much for tuning in here to the quarterfinals of the middle school girls playoffs here in Harvey. We've got 6 teams here for you. Right now it's the quarterfinals between the 6-seeded Harvey Lakers and the number 3 seed, the Stanley Blue Devils. You might hear some interference at time to time from the other court, which features the George Street Middle School team against the Keswick Valley squad. Not sure which one's which. It looks like Keswick Valley Coyotes and George Street Middle School Bears. But we're focused on the Lakers right now, the hometown squad. They are underdogs in this tournament. But, hey, anything can happen, especially on your home court as the girls take the court. They had a tough few first sets in their last game, which was an exhibition matchup against Bliss Carman. But they pulled out the victory in the final set, so they're hoping to kind of ride that momentum to a bit of an upset win here.
Now, I'm not sure if we've seen these two teams play here so far, so it's going to be interesting to see a matchup between the two of them.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how the regular season works for middle school, but none of these teams at this tournament have been through this gym yet, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's
really all new players and such.
Mm-hmm. Both teams fairly heavily veteran as referee Donna Bliss whistles the ball in. Sent over by Loyal out of the Blue Devils. Here's Giggy pushing it over with the set, and she scores first. Nicely done by Maddie Giggy. Lakers up 1-0. And here's Durrett again. High serve. It's fielded by the Blue Devils. And Loyal pushing it over again. Olivia Albert in the backcourt. Gets that over to Giggy, and looks like it's Gabrielle Little pushing it. Mallory Dorcas gets it over to her setter. Loyal with the hit, and she finds a space. So we're all tied up now, 1-1.
I can see maybe where that confusion came from in the back there with nobody being at the ball. With the red lines being on the court, which is what you usually play on, it's really confusing to switch to a smaller court and have to, because they have to use the yellow lines for a smaller court. So
exactly. That's the thing about these gym floors. Lots of lines on them, and then the main court, it's a bit easier to figure out, but with the chaotic 2-gym setup, it can be a little trickier as teams trade misfired serves now, and looks like our scoreboard is up. So, believe it's, 2-2. And going back to serve are the Blue Devils. Let's see if we can see that number as the ball from the other court is just run back over. It's number 14, Freya McWilliam, pushing it over. And that is called in. So, Lakers get a no? Yeah, called out, rather. Yep. It doesn't really pop, yeah. Mm-hmm. So both teams kind of calibrating here as they're not used to such close proximity to each other, to the walls. It is a difference as here's Maddie Giggy, grade 7 student, back to serve. Gets it over nicely, and there's an ace as Lakers do their celebration. Nice work by Giggy. That's set up by number 10, Dorcas, and pushed over by the Blue Devils, Sophie Long, doing the damage. Nice hit by Meadow Lee Paul, as that's blocked up at the front, too, and Lakers will take it. Great work by the Lakers. This will get Giggy yet another serve. And here comes the ball. Up and over, fielded by the Blue Devils, but it's into the stands. And there's another kind of difference with this tight gym setup.
Yeah.
If you're playing full court, you have a bit of space to run when the ball's outside, but not quite so much.
There's no place to chase the ball here. It's really, if you even hit it slightly out of the court, you have to just let that one go. You don't want to hit you don't want to hit the people instead of on the bench. So.
Exactly. And there's nice work by the Lakers. Getting another one. Maddie Giggy on a bit of a run now. as Lakers starting to pull ahead. As we mentioned, they are the 6th seed, but looking to do some damage here.
Yeah, that would be the case, as we haven't seen these Blue Devils play here, so they could be pretty evenly matched, or even the Lakers being a bit above them. It depends on who they play against.
So we have pretty much no results to go on. Yeah,
exactly,
so.
yeah.
As Olivia Albert records the kill, that's going to provoke a timeout called by the Stanley Blue Devils. Now, for those of you who, well, I guess most of you probably aren't in the gym also tuning in. We'll assume you're not in the gym. But the Blue Devils, a lot of them did arrive late, so they're kind of still shaking off a bit of the rust, getting warmed up as we see them get started. And timeout called. Coach Kim Giggy just running over to the minor officiating table, and big thanks down there to Nolan Smith and Hudson Mason working that minor officiating booth, as well as the referee up top, Donna Bliss.
Yeah, as you said, not a super long drive from Stanley to here, but just they probably would have had to leave right after school, so
yeah,
a decently long drive.
Might have been some confusion about the start time as well. Sometimes tournaments can be like that. We'll see if Maddie Giggy can keep it going off that timeout. Solid service fielded by the Blue Devils, but can't quite get a good push off of that. So Lakers score first. 9-3 now. Here's Giggy again. Solid service, but falls just in bound. There's another ace. That's her second of this run.
A lot of really solid serves from Maddie Giggy, who's able to serve it high enough and just aim exactly where she knows the players won't be able to reach it.
Yeah, there's another good one. Fielded, and it's Sophie Long pushing it over, and finally the Blue Devils able to break in as Gabby Little can't quite slide under that. And it will come back to Stanley. Not sure who's serving right now. They're kind of right in the blind spot. Oh, it was misfired anyways. Here's Gabby Little. Solid service. Fielded a little sideways by the Blue Devils.
Lakers players, as they get further into this game, a lot more conscious of those lines on the ground. Making sure to serve and hit all of everything that they do will hit down. Which is good to see.
Now, I'm not sure if it was the case throughout the season, but I know there were 7 volleyball teams here at Harvey High this year, so I wonder if the Lakers actually did have to practice half court like this for some of their time, and if that helped them calibrate to the lines a bit better. I know the senior teams often had to practice split gym just because there's not enough time to go around, so Lakers might be a bit more familiar with this tight setup.
Yeah, especially as there is 2 middle school girl teams, so.
And a little miscommunication there from Stanley. Lakers able to capitalize. They built up a 10-point lead now. And there's a high service by Little, played by Stanley. And this one falls to the Lakers side. Looks like it's number 10, Mallory Dorcas, back to serve. Both teams fairly heavily on veteran players. Dorcas in grade 7. One of the few players from either side. That comes in low, but Ella Duretz fields it well. Meadow Lee Paul looking back corner. Loyal puts it up from the back row. Third hit. That's Dorcas sending it. Giggy is there. Paul responding and puts that in front of the defender. Great work by Meadow Lee Paul. Yeah, let's see. Lakers have, I count 5 grade 8 students out there. Maddie Giggy, the sole student in grade 7. Here's Meadow Lee Paul. Nice low underhand serve and gets in front of Loyal. Sprawling out to try to make that play.
With how many players that even the JV girls have, you can tell that these players on the court for the middle school girls they have to be their best.
Yeah.
Because there are 2 middle school girls teams. I wouldn't be surprised if it was pretty competitive for the JV team.
Yeah, they're both fairly full rosters. There may even have been other girls who weren't able to make either team just because we don't have
Yeah.
the coaches or the roster capacity to field enough teams. But either way, these girls have had a lot of practice.
Yeah, volleyball is a pretty popular sport with middle school girls as well. It's an easier one to get into, and it's pretty good for team building and such, so very popular, and I can see why they would have so many players.
Yeah, it's a little more accessible than some of the other sports played, for sure, especially at the middle school level. Nice work by Ella Durrett, putting that up high for Maddie Giggy, sending it back row, but number 10, Dorcas, is there. Here's Giggy again with the set. Durrett looks again for that corner. Dorcas, nice save. There's, I think that was, nope, check that 5. McKinnon sends it over, but misplayed at the front of the net. And after a good rally, Lakers will take the point. Our scoreboard says 20-6, which is a pretty big lead for the Lakers right now. As Loyal in the back row has that. Durrett goes up for the defense, but no one is there. It's not necessary. Still a bit of insurance. Nothing wrong with that. As Albert sends a high service over to the back row. Loyal to McKinnon. And falls just on the Stanley side. Coach Mackenzie McDonald getting up to check the scoreboard as well. So Lakers have a commanding lead here in the first set, and because it'll just be it'll just be the first of 2 victories, as it is a tournament, so every set matters.
Yeah, most definitely. You can't fall behind in the first set, unlike how you could. Well, you don't want to, but in a regular season middle school game, it's 5 sets, so
exactly.
Pretty big change.
Yeah, there's a lot of breathing room, but here it's tight.
Yeah.
Stanley finally gets it back. Here's the service from number 9, Sophie Long, another grade 8 student. It's fielded by Hansen, but it will not go. And I believe we have set point. We have a hard time seeing the scoreboard from where we are. But it's Durrett back where we started. She was the first server for the Lakers. Could end it here. Maddie Giggy sends it over. Hansen, direct response. Lakers pull up. That's out of bounds, and it looks like it is indeed 25 points. Lakers will take the first one. Commanding lead of 25-7.
Really, really impressive. Now, I figured that it would have at least been a little bit more evenly matched than it was, but that is a really impressive lead.
Especially for the lower seeded team, the 6th seeded team coming in here.
Yeah.
Taking over the matchup here, and they are firmly in the driver's seat. Still not over yet, though.
Yeah.
As they will swap, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams manage the lineup here.
Yeah.
If the team wins, they have to go on to the semifinal and then win again to play the final. All in a matter of, really, it's a 3-hour tournament. So
yeah, there's not much breathing room between the games either. So
exactly. If you lean too heavily on your starters, you could find yourself in a position where fatigue starts to play an issue. Both teams fairly large benches, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll take a moment here to shout out our sponsors. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at RE/MAX East Coast Elite Realty, as well as the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Those sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in the streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out. Our contact information is in the video description. Big thanks as well to Willow Gillett, who is running the camera up here for us today, as well as Logan Wall on the scoreboard and Ashton Little at the console position. It's a full squad. We've got all hands on deck today for this middle school tournament, and we look forward to bringing you the winner of this game, who will go on to face the number 2 seeded FCA Eagles. That's the Fredericton Christian Academy. The winner of that game will go on to the gold medal game at 7 p.m. Not quite sure what happened in the other matchup. It is the George Street Middle School Bears against the Keswick Valley Coyotes. And I'm not sure which team won that one. We'll try to give you rare out-of-town scoreboards if we're able to. And referee Donna Bliss just checking in with those minor officials, Nolan Smith and Hudson Mason. Very interested to see how they come out. I haven't been to every middle school game, but I know not every... those starting 6 players were not always the starting 6 that I saw. So I'm interested to see who comes out here for the Lakers.
Yeah, fair play is really valued at the middle school level. So I expect that we won't have seen all of the best players for either team on the first lineup, because you definitely want to still have strong players to be able to play that second set.
And let's see, coming out here for the Lakers, it will be number 3, Emmy McMullen, number 8, Autumn Greer, number 10, Chloe Cummings. So already quite the lineup swap. Number 7, Anna Breed, number 11, Elise Marchesano, and number 15, Grace Cleghorn. So going with a full 6-unit swap, even in the playoffs here, which maybe you still do have to do. It looks like Stanley's got most of their girls swapped off as well. It will be Tegan Bailey, number 11. I don't think we saw her in the first set. She is going to start things off here. And just waiting for referee Donna Bliss to get into position. And here it comes. Up and over, that's Caldwell by Cummings. McMullen with the set and punched over by Greer. It's number 7, Ava Moir, getting that over. Greer sending it, but it's met with resistance by number 12, Ali Waugh. And nice net front work by Waugh. Grade 7 student, but appears to be one of the taller ones down there. Certainly some of the Lakers will have to watch at the front of the net.
Yeah, most definitely. Her hands are almost at the top of the net as well, so.
Lakers have trouble playing that one, as number 11, Tegan Bailey, will record the ace and go back for her 3rd serve. So Blue Devils a much better start to this set. Cummings again to Greer. McMullen will send it over, looking back row. Good play by Mael Morgan. That's Waugh sending it over. Greer and McMullen trying one-handed. Had to move laterally, and again, it's a lot harder to move in this tight corners. You can't go full speed, otherwise you might risk running into a curtain or even worse, the wall.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really tough, especially with the curtain. It's so close, so even if it hits the curtain, that ball is out of play.
Exactly. As yet again, Stanley records the point. And here's Tegan Bailey, the only server so far this game. Fielded by Cummings. Cleghorn, but that goes into the back wall. And we're going to get a timeout. Looks like Coach McDonald will bring the girls in. As Coach Gigi gives them some encouraging words as well. Not sure if the 3rd coach, Michelle Breed, is down there. I saw her earlier, but she may be elsewhere right now. As roles are reversed here a little bit in the 2nd set.
Yeah. 0-5 in favor of the Devils, so yeah. It's not a good start, but it's definitely not one that you should count either team out for.
Oh, certainly not. Some people are not upset to see a team called the Devils with such a strong lead in the beginning of the game, but I know our Lakers faithful probably aren't going to be as pleased. So we'll see. Tegan Bailey again to serve. And we'll see how the Lakers have adjusted. Here's a service up high. Cummings with the pass. McMullen, and a little out of position there. As both McMullen and Greer kind of went to the ball, and then unfortunately were not able to break away.
Yeah, and it'd be hard to say who would be counted for that hit as well, so it's hard to chase after that.
Yep. Lakers catch a break there as the service falls out of bounds, so they get a point on the board, and it will be Autumn Greer, grade 7 student, back to serve. Let's see if she can spark this Lakers comeback. Played by 4, Abby Page. Punched over, nice run up by Greer to try to play it, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds. I believe that was Ava Moore finishing it off. As a 7-5, Lauren McKinnon. Overhand serve. Don't see that too often at the middle school level. That's one of the reasons why it's just Really hard to calibrate the length,
Yeah.
and that sails out of bounds.
It's a really risky serve, especially if it's something you haven't practiced for as long as some senior players. Even some senior players mess up their serves.
Yeah,
as
and they've
well.
been doing it for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just something
tricky.
that takes some time to master.
And if you have a really good underhand serve, it can be also really difficult to get as well. So.
Yeah. All right, that ball will come to the Blue Devils as there's a bit of confusion here. Who's just watching the ref for the signals, but ultimately it is Ali Wah who will serve, and she plays for Stanley. Her team up by 6, but that's down to 5 now as the ball rolls out of bounds. And I think it is, indeed, Chloe Cummings back to serve, wearing number 10 for the Lakers. Now see her service. Fielded out of bounds by Wah. And Lakers starting to pull back.
Yeah. Blue Devils only 4 points ahead, which is definitely not hard to come back from. But
especially in the early going. Tough angle there is, I think that's Tegan Bailey caught that in the face. And she'll shake it off.
No Blue Devil really so far has been able to receive this serve perfectly. So.
Oh, and again, trying to come in motion, and Wah kind of shanks off the forearm there. So after giving up a big lead in the early going, Lakers able to pull back to within 2. Much better spot right now.
Yeah.
Set nicely by Mael Morgan, and a hit from Abby Page. Lakers unable to deal with that properly. And here's number 7, Ava Moore, back to serve. Another overhand serve, fielded by Greer directly. Nice work by Autumn Greer, finding a hole in the Blue Devils' defenses.
Tricky call there, as it could have gone either way, either in or out of bounds.
And here come the Blue Devils. Lakers with Elise Marchesano on the 3rd hit. That will not make it, unfortunately, so Stanley will get the point. Looks like it's number 3, Mael Morgan, back to serve, grade 7 student. McMullen coming in with speed. Couldn't get under it the way she wanted as the girls shake it off. If you're just tuning in, Lakers took the first set by a wide margin of victory. 23-6 was the 25-7 was the final score. So Stanley in a must-win position here if they want to advance in this tournament.
Yeah.
So far doing a good job though.
Now they weren't able to get that point, but I'd just like to commend Autumn Greer on she had a really nice hit over the net. It was basically a bump, but she was able to hit it at such an angle that it just flew over the net, and it was harder for the Blue Devils to be able to hit back.
This service high and into the stands. So the Lakers will get that one back. 8-12 is the score now. And here comes a service by Grace Cleghorn. Set at the front of the net. That's sent over by Paige. Cleghorn from the back. McMullen with a hit. Nice work by Emmy McMullen. One of the few grade 8 students out there. It's just her and Grace Cleghorn right now, as most of the grade 8s played in the first set. And again, Lakers score a bit of momentum here.
Yeah, and this was how they were able to score a lot of their points in the first set, and how the Blue Devils were able to get a lot of their points at the start of this set as well off of their serves.
Just takes a big run, and that'll be the difference maker, as Lakers not quite ready for that response. And it's Abby Page back to serve. Here's Page, overhand serve, but fielded well by Cummings. Greer will send it over. Nice dig from number 7, Ava Moore, but can't get out of the way. So unfortunately, after a big play to keep the ball alive, it still falls on her team's side. And here's number 11, Elise Marchesano, back to serve. Check that, Page fielding that. And the hit attempt from Waugh caught at the top of the net. This will give Marchesano another serve, but this one is a little low. And Lakers surrender possession again. Going through the rotation, it's back to Tegan Bailey. Had that really big run at the beginning of the game. We'll see if she's able to continue. Cummings. And McMullen punches it over. Nice dig attempt from Page, but can't quite get under it.
McMullen with a lot of good plays up near the net with her hit earlier on in the game and with that.
Yeah, she's done well as Moore with a nice hit. Stanley hasn't been able to get their hitting game going, but if they can, Lakers better watch out. It's a good hit from number 7, kind of cross court. And this will send Lauren McKinnon back to serve. Good service from McKinnon. And that comes over. She gets another one now. And here's McKinnon again, overhand serve. And again, another ace. Lakers aren't quite ready for it.
This will be the difference maker here. If the Lakers aren't really able to pick up these next few serves and they let the Blue Devils get to 20, then they're going to be able to get... They're probably going to have a better chance of winning this game.
Without a doubt. Lakers they will be in tough to get a comeback. As in the earlier going, Lakers able to come back from the early deficit, but time is running out as we indeed have another timeout called by coaches McDonald and Giggy. We'll take another moment to give a thanks to our sponsors. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at RE/MAX East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in the streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out. Our contact information is in the video description. And Lakers take the court again. No personnel substitutions, as Stanley also comes back with the same 6. Looks like Lauren McKinnon back to serve. Here's McKinnon, big service, but oh no, must have been an ace. It's hard to tell from our angle whether it's going in or out, as there's a bit of a blind spot down at the back line. We can't always see it. Oh no, never mind. I guess it was Lakers got the point. I must have misread the referee's signal, my mistake. Lakers get it, and here's McMullen again. Nice service from McMullen, fielded well by McKinnon. And Moore coming in laterally, can't quite punch it over. So effective use of the timeout there by coaches Mackenzie McDonald and Kim Giggy. That's both their timeouts, really well used.
Yeah. They do a very good job of getting their girls back on track. Now 17-20, still in favor of the Devils, but a lot better of a place to be for the Lakers.
For sure, yeah. Now it's 18-20 as Lakers are feeling confident, which I think is important. I haven't spent a ton of time around these teams, but I think the coaches are very positive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see at the middle school level. Really what you need to do is build confidence, because that can be an issue with a lot of these players on the court. But from what I've been seeing tonight, this game, their players seem to be pretty confident in what they do and pretty confident in going for and calling the ball, which is nice, especially for younger teams.
Yep, and especially in this chaotic gym atmosphere when there's a lot of noise interferences. Number 12, Ali Waugh sneaks that over. So Lakers were able to make it respectable, but now the Blue Devils getting dangerously close to that 25-point mark. Here's Waugh again. Service will misfire. Lakers catch a break. And let's see who's back to serve. I think, oh no, it's number 10, Chloe Cumming. I believe she got at least a couple points the last time she served.
Yeah, I believe so.
And that one up and catches that basketball net. As our other game is over. Not sure. I think the Bears won based on body language. And this one misplayed by the Lakers, so now the Blue Devils at set point. If they win, we will go into a third and final decisive set. Big overhand serve from number 7, Ava Moore. Great way to end it for the Blue Devils. So a close matchup dropped, or relatively close, 25-19, and we are going into a third and final 15-point set. And it'll be very exciting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, both teams are going to have to play this pretty smart.
But the night at this point, because both teams, everyone's gotten some time on the court, the equal time won't really apply for this 15-point set.
No.
Both teams are going to put their strongest 6-person lineup out there. Very interested to see how this goes. So we'll shout out the folks working up here behind the scenes. Big thanks to Willow Gillett on the camera, Logan Wall on the scoreboard, and Ashton Little keeping an eye on things on the console. And I think he's the one playing around with the audio, trying to get you a bit more ambient noise on our side of the court as opposed to the other side. Just a reminder, the winner of this game will go on to the semifinals. That game is against the waiting Fredericton Christian Academy Eagles. The game scheduled to start at 6, although with this third set, what time is it? It's about 5:30. Still, if they go quickly, they could probably still make a 6 p.m. start, but it may be a little delayed. On the other side of the court, it looks like it will be the George Street Middle School Bears against the number 1 seeded Nakowick Middle School Nighthawks. So, very interested to see how that one goes. Although, actually, now that I think about it, NMS, I believe it was Nakowick, but it could actually be Nashwauk-Sis as well. I'm not actually 100% sure which of those two schools it would be. They'd both be NMS. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Yes, we are still waiting for this squad as well. Looks like Stanley's coach coming over to submit the lineups. Lakers not sure if they've done the same yet. No, it looks like Coach McDonald has just finalized it. And is sending it to our minor officials, who are Hudson Mason and Nolan Smith. Hudson Mason, grade 8 player on the middle school boys squad. Their team have playoffs on Thursday, but those playoffs will not be here. I believe they are in Stanley, I want to say.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Another similar size school. And here it is, the Dragons, NMS Dragons. Maybe it is Nashwauk-Sis.
Yeah.
Because I think Nakowick
is the Nighthawks,
and the Jayhawks at middle school. But these are very different colors. I'm going to go ahead and say this is Nashwauk-Sis.
Because these players are blue, red, and white, mostly.
Pretty cool uniforms.
They are cool. I like them. I like the long sleeves that they have.
Yep, that's going on the other side of the curtain. Is the other referee for this evening, Al Barrio, is just supervising the warm-ups there, informal warm-ups, as George Street is sticking around. Keswick Ridge is headed home. Out there for the Lakers, it will be number 9, Maddie Giggy, number 6, Rachel Burgoyne, number 5, Ella Durrett, number 1, Olivia Albert, number 13, Meadow Lee Paul, and number 4, Gabrielle Little. It's the same 6 who came out to start. It looks like a bit more of a mixed lineup for Stanley. I see number 5, Lauren McKinnon, number 9, Sophie Long, number 2, Ayla Loyal, number 3, Mayel Morgan, number 7, Ava Moir, and number 4, Abby Page. So both teams going kind of skewed heavier towards the grade 8, which makes sense. Season on the line. Stanley won the toss, so it will be number 5, Lauren McKinnon, for the Blue Devils to start off this decisive 15-point set. This one's for all the marbles. Overhand serve, but stepped over the line. So Lakers happy to take the first point, and it's Ella Durrett, number 5, starting things off for the Lakers. Here it comes, nice low serve. And there's an ace. Lakers happy to do their celebration. They're up 2-0 here in the early going. Service again, fielded, but whistle and a lift. So this Stanley group having a hard time getting started. Lakers up 3-0 now.
Yeah, you don't see many calls for lifts or double hits in middle school unless it's very obvious. So
Yeah.
it is tricky for their team, especially to start off the game, but 1 point for them, so Lakers haven't pulled that far ahead yet.
Yeah. 3-1 is the score now, as number 4, Abby Page. And there's a nice overhand serve. Paul with the dig. Durrett, one-handed save, and Giggy sends it over. Great scramble by the Lakers. Here's the response by Moore, looking back row. Durrett, nice dig. Giggy from the back row, looking for a corner. Loyal is there. Pushed up by number 9, Sophie Long. Gabrielle Little looking back row, but Loyal is there. And number 3, Morgan with the set. Here's Giggy sending it over, but caught the Blue Devils by surprise. Almost caught the ball instead of rallying, but that was a good rally by both sides.
It really was. Both teams they're playing very smart this set. Not like they weren't before, but
No, the
game
urgency
on the
is
line.
clearly there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see that they know that they really have to win this.
And really tough break for the Blue Devils. Moore came in from the back row with some speed. Made a really nice play to push it over, but just couldn't stop herself in time to touch the net. So the Lakers get the point there on the penalty. That's fielded up and out of bounds by Loyal. That actually takes out the referee's water bottle there, as Donna Bliss is going to have to reach into the stands for that one. And looks like they're encouraging or just double checking the score possibly. Not sure, as one of our phys ed teachers, Nicole McGillicuddy, is on hand. No idea what she's doing, but it's like something going on kind of underneath the stands that we can't see. And here, I think there was a spill of the water bottle, so just making sure the court is dry.
I believe the cap got knocked off of it. From what I could see, something was. I didn't know if it was broken or just knocked off, but something.
Yep. And big thanks to Nicole McGillicuddy. As we mentioned, one of our phys ed teachers, and puts in a lot of hours in this gym. Not a coach of this specific team, but she's done a lot to help get them prepared for volleyball here. As the floor is dry, we are good to start. And here comes the service from the Lakers. I believe it's Burgoyne serving. Just out of bounds, though. As number 7, Ava Moir, will go back to serve for the Blue Devils. 15-point set. Her team trails by a lot. Nice overhand serve as she records the ace.
It was really powerful, too. It basically slammed it to the ground.
Yep. Definitely kind of caught the Lakers unready, as another solid service. Oh no, stepped over the line. That's my mistake.
Technicalities.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the points that the Lakers have got came from.
Yeah, tough to remember if you're looking down, usually looking for red, but only see yellow. Nice play by Little to send it over as the Lakers recover. Mael Morgan sends it. And Little with the response. Moore keeps it alive. Morgan with the set. Hit over, but into the top of the net. That gets caught, as I believe at this point 8 points we are going to have the team swap sides. This is an official 15-point set. We are going to play it by the book. And the Lakers will head over to the far side of the court. So the benches have to move too. It's like a mini timeout here as everyone gets readjusted. And finally, Donna Bliss sends the ball over to the Lakers. Looks like everything is in place. So Maddie Gigi had a great service run in the first set.
Oh, God, yeah, no. She basically got every single serve over. I'm not sure what the end to that run was, but I believe it was just a, miss-hit.
Yeah, she really did a great job, but Lakers will have no such luck this time as there is a net touch. And Nashwauk assists, I checked that. Stanley will get the ball. Getting ahead of myself here. It's Mael Morgan, grade 7 student wearing number 3 back to serve. Burgoyne sends it into the stands, so Blue Devils showing signs of life here as the change of courtside suits them well. Another good service from Morgan, and Gigi plays this one into the basketball net. So after building themselves a comfortable lead, Blue Devils right back there. Only 2 points away from the Lakers now. High service, Caldwell by Durrett, sent to the front line. Gabrielle Little sends it over, and that's played by Moir. Pinballing around now, and Blue Devils can't corral it. Lakers will score. And now it's over to Gabrielle Little, wearing number 4. One of 5 grade 8s on the court, but whistle as she stepped over the line. Both teams seem to have trouble with the back line, especially on that side of the court, too.
Yeah, there's a little less space there than there is on the other side.
Referee giving some clarification there to the coaches. As service comes short, that's nicely done by Durrett, but unfortunately falls on her own side of the net. I wasn't sure which side that fell on. It was a close one.
I was sure that one had have gone over, but it's hard to tell.
It was one of those 50-50 balls for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
Little fielding it in. Albert looks for the back corner and finds it. Really nice work by Olivia Albert. Plays that behind her back and gets the Lakers a bit of breathing room again. And now here's Meadow Lee Paul. Sends it right in front of the defender. That's an ace for Meadow Lee Paul. As Lakers, I believe, are up 11-8 right now. And they got another one. Meadow Lee Paul, great run here for the grade 8 student, wearing number 13.
She had a lot of good serves in the first set as well, but I believe it was at the start when everyone was sort of picking up the pace a bit.
It was. The Blue Devils, if you're just joining us, they did lose the first set by a fair amount. A lot of them also arrived kind of late. Mm-hmm. So you can see here, now that they're fully warmed up, a much closer matchup, much tougher test for these Lakers. Service by Loyal. Fielded up. Meadow Lee Paul to Olivia Albert, looks in the corner. Mael Morgan has that covered. Here's a hit from Moore, but it's out of bounds. Just a little too much mustard on that.
Tough break, really beautiful hit, but just not enough of an arc to really slam down onto the ground.
Exactly. As Albert with the service. Lakers only 2 away from advancing. And this time, Moore with the nice hit, calibrates it better. And there's a kill for the grade 7 student wearing number 7. And she gets it to her teammate back to serve. I think that's Freya McWilliam. Check that. I think Lauren McKinnon, actually. Sent over. Ella Durrett keeps it alive. Burgoyne, and Durrett will send it. What a play from Ella Durrett. Rachel Burgoyne as well, keeping it alive. Great work. A couple of grade 8 players teaming up to put the Lakers at set point now. Here's Durrett, one of the Lakers' strongest servers. Stanley can't make it, and there you have it. Big celebration from the Lakers as they win 15-10 Great play from the home side, and they will advance now to take on the FCA Eagles, as the hometown crowd loves this one too. Here they come for the traditional handshake at the front of the net. Congratulations to Stanley on some well-played sets, and especially congratulations to the Lakers, whose hopes are still alive. They advance to the semifinals, and we'll have that game for you in about 20 minutes or so. Before we go, big thanks yet again to everyone working behind the scenes. Hudson Mason and Nolan Smith are minor officials. Up here in the skybox, it's been Willow Gillett, Logan Wall, and Ashton Little. Big thanks to you as well, Cecilia.
Thanks to you as well.